You know what's more fun than beating two different 1,000 rated bots on chess.com? It's pairing those two against each other and seeing who wins. So what I'm going to do is do a little prediction here, and we're going to have a Super Bowl match before the Super Bowl actually happens. I'm going to be pairing Philly against Kansas City, and we're going to see who wins. All right, guys, so I've set everything up. I'm going to relay the moves. Let's see who wins between Kansas City and Philadelphia. Kansas City has the white pieces, and they play the move d4. All right, so Philadelphia responds knight to f6. Let's see what Kansas City is going to do. Knight to f3. Solid choice there. You can't really go wrong with that. G6. So Philadelphia is going for the fianchetto, and we get bishop to g5. All right. Knight to e4, very aggressive move. I like that, putting the pressure on the bishop. And what is Kansas City going to do about that? Okay, they drop the bishop back. Pretty good move in my opinion. d5, all right. Also pretty good. Black's solidifying this knight here in the center with d5. So far, I've got no complaints about what these two teams are doing. Okay, knight to d2, bishop g7 is played, developing their pieces nicely. e3, all right. Knight takes d2. Okay. I mean, I don't think I personally would have taken that. I think the knight was fine where it was, and if the pawn recaptured, that was okay. But, all right, queen to d7. Really, here I see the first kind of misstep. All right, queen to d7. The problem is you block the bishop. The bishop's not going to be able to come out, which means you can't really develop it easily. That's why I don't like queen to d7. Now, if the bishop was already here or here, that's a different story. Then queen d7 makes sense. But in this case, I don't like that. All right, bishop e2 is played. And, all right, what is Kansas City going to do about f6? Here's another move that's kind of questionable by Philadelphia. Why are you blocking this nice bishop, right? Maybe it's because you want to play e5, but you really got to get the king castled. You got to get your pieces out before you want to start breaking open the center. So, not really a huge fan of f6. All right, queen to b4 is played. Not a great move by white. I think you need a castle. Okay, white's done a great job here of developing the pieces. Now you got a castle. Got to get the king safe before you start bringing the queen to random squares that don't really do anything. Like, you're not really attacking anything. And yeah, we see exactly now the problem. The queen has to move, right? So why did Kansas City do that? I'm not really sure. All right, so knight c6. Drops back to b3. All right, it's probably a fine square, and now black castles. Okay, so Philadelphia does finally get the king to safety, and we get castle queenside, and a very aggressive move, castling on opposite sides of the board. Queen to e6. Okay, I don't know. I guess it's okay. Personally, I would have had the bishop out already, and I wouldn't have had this problem. But you do have to get the bishop out somehow. All right, bishop g3 is played. Oh, back to d7. Okay, black is just wasting a lot of time. The bishop is still not developed, and we have now moved the queen here to here to here. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's go. e4 is played. What exactly is this? Is this a pawn set? Wow. Okay, I don't know what these two teams are doing. This looks like an undefended pawn. Oh, it's pinned. It's pinned. Never mind. I take back what I said. I totally understand why black's not taking it. It's an illegal move. Okay. Wake up, Nelson. All right. So queen to d8. I mean, I really don't get all the queen moves here and here and here. It seems like a waste of time, in my opinion. Now that I see the pin, this is actually not a bad move by white because it does put pressure there, and you can probably take that. They play bishop d3. Okay, it's not a terrible move. e5 is played. Wow. Yeah, Philadelphia is definitely going wrong this game. Okay, so white captures the pawn. That's a great move because now you have the discovered check here with the pawn. You can move. Okay, black does save the knight. And it's a little tricky, actually, because if you push the pawn now to unleash the check, then the knight just takes the queen. So white does have to be careful there, and they played a good move. Queen to b5. Attacks the knight, gets the queen out of danger. And f5 is played. What is Philadelphia doing? Giving up the knight for free. I guess you could say there's the idea of the fork, so maybe that's the plan. Kansas City does take this, and let's see what okay, Philadelphia at least gets the fork. However, white's got a couple of options here. Let's see what they're going to do. Bishop c4. Yeah, this looks like a pretty nice one, putting that bishop on the diagonal for the discovered check on the king. Black does take the knight. All right, so definitely looks like it's going in white's favor so far. Bishop takes c7 with the tempo on the queen. And wow, Philadelphia takes the pawn. Whew. So they sacrifice the queen. The point is they're going to get a queen back and get a rook. Problem is then the queen just disappears. And so actually it's just a trade of a queen for a rook, which is not a good trade. And Kansas City does take that. And this is a crushing advantage here for Kansas City. Let's see what Philadelphia can muster up. Wow, wait a second. Wait a second. Kansas City doesn't save the queen. They play rook over. Oh my, what a turn of events we have here. All right, the queen is now gone. And Philadelphia maybe is climbing back in this game. That was surprising. All right, rook to b8 is played. Don't really love that one. I don't really love that one. Giving up the rook takes g2. All right. f4. I really don't know what these teams are doing. I'm not really following this game. d6. That's a good move. You unleash the bishop. You defend the bishop. You're pushing your pawn. I can't complain about that. I don't know why they didn't just take this, though. It's been sitting there for a while. Let's see if it's going to happen now. There we go. Kansas City does take the rook. All right. Bishop takes. Okay. So big advantage for white. Again, let's see what's going to happen. Rook to d2. It's not a terrible move. It just doesn't really accomplish too much. f3 is played. Okay. And rook to g5. All right. Good move by Philadelphia there. Gets the bishop on the diagonal, and now white has some problems here with the rooks and the king. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, rook to b5. And still better for white because this pawn. King to g7. All right, I don't quite understand that one. Yeah, I mean, wow. All right. Rook takes b8. Philadelphia had a chance, and they blew it there. Let's see if Kansas City is going to make any more mistakes. I don't think it's happening. It looks like Kansas City is winning. And, yeah, it's not looking... h3. All right. It's not looking good for Philadelphia in this game, my friends. h5. Unless Kansas City does something crazy, this is going to be a win for Kansas City. They're going to probably get the queen. They do. And it's mate in 3. Philadelphia is about to get checkmated. Okay, bishop check. King to e6. It's still mate in 3. Let's see if Kansas City can find it. That's not quite the move. Okay. h4 is played. c4. All right, mate in 3 again. Let's see. Can Kansas City find the checkmate? I guess that's an okay move. Yeah, that's an okay move. All right, king goes over to g7. It's mate in 1. And there you go. Queen to f8 was played. It shows a win for me, but it's actually a win for Kansas City. Like I said, I was just relaying the moves. Well, there you have it, folks. You don't have to watch the Super Bowl because we know that Kansas City is going to win, according to chess.com. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. As always, stay sharp, play smart, and take care.